It's the last day of the dog days of August. We're taking some much needed time off, so here's a video recap of the incredibly hot month August was for AITX and all things rad.
Let's move into it. The first thing is Monday or Tuesday's press release about 57 Rios. So good. There's still more coming out of that account, so I'm pretty excited about that. Working really hard and really well with that account.
$1 million in anticipated annual recurring revenue. We will strive to stack those $1 million on top of each other.
Break that $10 million marker, right? Along the same lines, RadCam is driving forward, again, really well. The beta testers should know that we'll be in test towards the end of August, mid-end of August is what we're thinking right now. But I keep on adding more resources into the project. I think we're probably close to maybe 15 resources are working on it right now. So we're putting in a lot of time, a lot of man hours into it. I know that nobody is working just 40 hours a week on that project. I'm personally about 25% of my week goes into RadCam as well, which is, call it 20 hours. I usually pull 80-hour weeks plus or minus. So pretty excited about it. Pretty excited about expanding it. I mentioned last week on the AMA that we might go after retail. So very interesting. Lots of moving pieces. Enjoying the process. Excited for the public's reaction to it.
Now, this week was some big news, and I'm always so surprised by market reaction. When I think there's something big, and the market reaction is muted, or if I think there's something not big and the market reaction is positive or overly positive. So from my perspective, I was able to get into your hands this week a bit of an update as to where we're at in sales to date for the first 5 months of our year, of this fiscal year, as well as give guidance on where we expect to end up this year. And from a real sense, that number is 3x, 3 times the sales, 3 times the run rate. I think that is incredibly notable to be able to maintain 300% or more revenue growth and RMR growth year over year. So that's what we want to do. I think we've got this year looking good. Now, next thing I want to talk about is something that I hinted at in previous weekly videos when I said that something like a report about Romeo might be coming out. Now, that report has come out, and it came out from a company called Frost & Sullivan. I hold Frost & Sullivan in the highest regard. I want to let everybody know their coverage of us was not paid. They found us, they contacted us, they engaged us, they interviewed me a couple times, they had some due diligence requests. And I got to say, out of all the interviews that I think I've ever done, when I spoke with these two analysts that they assigned to us, they already knew everything. They were like amazing. RadCam, well, RadCam is moving. I got to tell you, I am getting to the point where I'm just incredibly proud of this software that we've created around RadCam. And one of our dealers is actually bringing it to some of his people already, some of his people being other large companies in the industry. So very exciting, a lot of fun. We issued a press release on it earlier this week, just kind of revising our sales estimates. And my job, of course, is to plant the seeds and start looking at next year, which is fiscal 26. It's crazy we're even talking about fiscal 2026, but we are. So my job is to say, hey, okay, we've got Romeo coming online. We've got RadCam moving strong. We've got a couple other little things that will be released in time. What I'm trying to say is that 2025, this year, we're halfway through it. We're on track for 300% growth. I want more sooner. We'll see where we end up, of course. I still think that we can outperform. And for us, carving out a small chunk of that makes a significant financial impact for our financials because, we're still very, very small at this stage. So I wanted to get new statistics in everybody's hands. And that's really, really great. This week, we had two press releases that mentioned $10 million in very different ways. The first $10 million that we talked about was the monthly savings that we're giving customers today when compared to the work that would be done by regular security officers. So what a huge number, right? That's a milestone number. You guys should know it. It got the attention from industry that we wanted. The second $10 million note that we talked about, and arguably way more important, is today, it's August 15th as I record this, Thursday, today's press release where we said, hey, we are on track to beat $10 million in annual recurring revenue per year, which is like amazing, right? But I'm grateful for the pens because the ink has been coming in regularly. And of course, perhaps most impactfully, we have made $1 million announcements in both July and August. So those orders that we talked about getting on July 23rd came, and we press released the fact that they came. At the same time that they came, or right around the same time, we were told we'd be getting another $1 million. So I think there was, surprising to me, but some confusion in the market as to what was going on. That's all it was. We pressed that we had $1 million committed to us. We got the orders. We pressed that we got the orders, and then we got another commitment. But what I do want to say is that this march towards profitability is well underway. You know, last week I talked about getting to $1 million RMR, the monthly recurring revenue, by the end of this fiscal year. And I think we're on track for that in a really, really good way. And that, for me, shows an outperformance of earlier forecasts for the year. And we're just working as hard as we can to get there.
You're watching this content. I hope you love this content. You want to support the company, and you can. Hit that like button. That's what triggers Google Analytics to present this content to more people that watch it, more people that know it, more people that hit like, and we start building some momentum. Thanks very much.